Good morning, everyone. This is Dark Pool Algo, and welcome to another morning session of. I don't know, I got to figure out a name for the morning show. I've been getting some feedback on branding for the YouTube channel. Some of it's good, some of it's yeah, so if you guys have a suggestion for the morning show, let me know, and I'll take it into consideration. We got a busy day ahead of us today. I'm really working on getting my mic set up correctly so that I don't make a bunch of noise and the sound comes through great for everyone. I thought about streaming the open. That's still on the table based on the response I get, if any. So without screwing around too much, let's just go ahead and jump right into it. I need to do one thing real quick. All right. This is my setup for the morning. I've got my watch list over here. I've got some, I'm in a position right now. Y'all don't need to be worrying about that. All right, I'm gonna look at the market real quick and see how we're looking. It looks like I just got stopped out. Oh, that sucks. All right. All right. Looking at the market, let's just take a look at ES. I use I don't want to do this. Let's just throw up the daily real quick. All right, bullish daily. All right, so ES is getting near this upward trend resistance. I can throw a trend line in here real quick. And go from this guy. So ES is getting near upper trend line resistance. However, I am still bullish on the market. Right? There's no reason to not be bullish until we have a reason, but do have exit strategies in place. Break of 4197, and I'm looking to short ES 4210 for a long. And bring this down to a chart y'all can see. All right, 4197. We broke overnight. I'm waiting for the open. So yeah, we could just chop back and forth all day. We've got this nice range that's been built from 4170 to 4209, massive range. All right, y'all aren't here for ES necessarily, but I just wanted to give you just an overall. NQ is right at resistance. All right, can we break NQ? Right at resistance, can we break above this level over here at 14060? Yeah, 14060. Or do we just break this sell-off support level yesterday at, oh, where is it? I'm gonna go with 13820, and then we break 13820. I'm looking for us to go all the way down to 13700 with a pit stop at 1365. RTY I need RTY to form that, make this an H pattern reversal because I'm in IWM long and it's not looking pretty. If we maintain this support here, where we're at now, so there's a channel of supply zone in this area here that we're basing at right now. If we can maintain that, we're looking for another move up in RTY. We break that, we've got one more stop before we just fade, and that would be right at 22.45. All right, let me just jump over and check the chat. Any requests? All right, good morning. Yeah, being that so far all futures are red, me being a bullish bias-based trader, this might be a rough morning. Might be a rough morning. Let me just see. If you look at the futures market, then find an ETF that your stock belongs to, and then look at your stock. What will happen is, if futures are like the strong guys pushing the car, right? And then the ETFs are steering, and your stock is the car. So if futures are strong and bullish, and the ETFs, the sector that the stock belongs in is also bullish, it's like pushing a car downhill. However, if you've got the futures that are red or selling off or being that aren't really cooperating, then it's like pushing a car uphill, right? So I will get into more of that over the weekend, but currently it looks like we're a little red. Sharks are in the water. All right, jumping over to flow trade. I've got my stock watch list up. It's pretty significant. I'm going to try to get through as many of these as I can. If you've got requests, let me see them now. If not, I'm just going to go with my list, and levels have already started creating. And yes, Comcast came in clutch. That was amazing. I love it when it pinned right at where that target. I was like, oh, that's amazing. All right, I'm just going to start at the top of the list. I have a feeling that the weed industries may get a little pump today. So I've got two of them that I'm looking at, Aphria and Tilray. Tilray has been pretty good to me over the last couple of months, so is Aphria. I remember when they were penny stocks. Hold on one second, I need a drink. Excuse me. All right. They were penny stocks. They were great. They ran massively. I missed that. They came down. I grabbed that, and now they're just kind of basing. So looking at Aphria on the daily, we've got positive increasing MACD, positive increasing RSI. Looks as though we've came down and we formed this little hammer. So price action came up. It reverted to the mean, which is this 34 EMA. It got above that, freaked out. It's like, oh, I need support, right? My training wheels got taken off, so I need to come back down and find a support level. Came back down to the 21 EMA, found support right at 1530 or 1545, which is where we closed. So 1530 is the 21 EMA support. We've got resistance of the 50 SMA right up here at 17-ish. So what I'm looking for with Aphria, if we can go ahead and break this 1574 level, 1575, which is the 34 EMA, definitely would be interested in taking it for a run. Looking at potential targets based on Mr. Fib. Love that symmetry here. And here. Don't need these guys. And all right, 1650 is a nice round number. All right, Aphria. APHA support at 15. $14.75. It's kind of a big range. I might need to bring this down to a smaller time frame. All right, this is the 15-minute extended hours chart that you see. It's kind of nice for being able to find support. To the right. All right, come down. We've got support right at this level. 15 is going to be support. I like nice round numbers. You can always give or take a little bit. So 15 is going to be support for a run up to so 15 support. We need to break. What's going on here? We're at sport. I'd actually need to see a break of 1575 for me to get into this. If we break 1575, I'm going to target 1650 and then 17. Support at 15. Break of 1575 long to 1650 and 17. Options chain. There's a massive open interest at 1550. If we break that today for a yellow Lotto, if not, I'm gonna go out to, give me 2 weeks on this. Trying to find some good open interest on these. So next week's 16s look pretty tasty. All right, that's Aphria. We can get some of the bigger names in here. Uber. I was bullish after yesterday's statement about gig workers. That's a great question. Let me let me do this real quick. Let me grab single chart layout so everybody can see what's going on. Really quickly, this is Aphria on the 15-minute chart. I'm just going to indicate some key levels here, and then we'll look at Uber. We've got block trade cluster of 1625, 1630 target, with another one up here at 1671. Looks like we've based off this 1585, or excuse me, 1485 block trade level. So we came up, we broke through it, had a nice little run, ran into some previous resistance. If I were to draw a trend line or a line, I bet you it would be this level here, right? We filled that gap back from the 12th. Gap filled, target achieved, right? Supply zone. Ran out of supply, came back down to the demand zone at this block trade level, filled up, and we're on our next move up. The Algo is currently trading with price action, and it looks as if though it's in a nice uptrend, right? That's Aphria. Let me go ahead and grab, what was that, Uber? All right, let me grab Uber over here. Yeah, that was massive. Let's see. Maybe because Labor Secretary came out and said most gig workers should be classified as employees. That's not good for Uber because then they would have to provide insurance, right? Think about it. If you own a business and you've got thousands of employees, you've got to provide insurance by law. if they are considered employees. So that's right. It's great for the workers where they should be, they can get benefits and things like that. However, for a company, that's super expensive, right? And getting insurance for that many workers, yeah, that cuts into a company into a company's profit statement. So, however, we look at news, but we play the chart in front of us, right? Uber sold off, came down, it found the support level at 53.10. But before I get into that, I want to look at the algos. All right. So higher time frame algo, right? This isn't necessarily as responsive, in my opinion, to major events. So we came down, we had this previous block trade level from the end of March at 54.40. The price action came down. Looks like I found a little comfort and support there. Getting back up and through, we've got the same struggle that we would have had to deal with previously with this giant cluster from 56.50 to 57.20, with 57 being a round psychological number in there. So that could be a potential target. I need to write this down. So Uber 57-ish. So the algo sold off, everything sold off yesterday. The algo has curled up and seems to be trading with price action. We were in an overall bullish run. So we don't know if this was fear and profit taking. And then the algos, came down, we found support, realized it wasn't that bad, and now we're on our next move up. Oh, let me see here. Let me look at it 1 minute. Peloton. I think I have Peloton on my list already. Yeah, I do. I'll get to Peloton. All right, same story. We've got a cluster of block trades that we're going to have to get through. Well, it looks like we currently came down, found support. So 54.50. I'm just going to call, actually 54.47 is support. Price action's trading with the algo. We've got short-term target of block cluster that will probably line up with Fibonacci right at 56.50 to 57. I do like how the algo's curled up. This is a good value area for Uber, right? 54.50 is a pretty good price for Uber considering it was trading at 60 the other day. So that, that's a $5 potential. Uber on the chart. It looks like there may be some continued selling overnight. So that block trade was 39 to 47. What's this area here? Basically where we're at. So this little channel is that block trade cluster. I would need Uber to find some support for a move upwards because it's stacked pretty heavy right now. Trend line. Go. Yeah, we wicked through trendline support. We do have earnings coming up. Yeah, we're pretty heavy right now. We've got 200 SMA support coming in right at 47.48, and that would be this level here. So 48 is potential short target. That's current 200 SMA. Obviously, that may increase. We would need to, let me see. Yeah, we're at a decision point right now with Uber. Trying to find a support level real quick. It's being kind of a pain. Weird little drop off there. All right, so there's nothing clearly standing out. There's a cluster of choppiness. Trying to find the bottom. I don't want to do that. I would just say let's keep an eye on Uber for today. We have earnings coming up next week. Keep an eye on it. Watch the algo. I'll keep an eye on it. Watch the algo for curling up. So yeah, sorry, couldn't be more help. I just can't find a bottom for this. On the daily, we've got a lot of positives, right? But currently we're below VWAP. We're in a high compression squeeze down with bad news. Yeah, so we want to take it down. 40, 48 could be a possible target. With a break of 54, break of 54 down to 48. All right, Peloton. Let me get rid of all this. Clear track set. All right. We are at previous support levels at 98. 98, 99 is support level. A break of that, and we would have to go. Let me see. See this bar, the solid bar from back in September? That's a pretty big level of support there. All right, so we're below our EMAs. We're below the 50 and the 200. We've got earnings coming up. Bad news. Let me look at the algo. I don't play earnings. I've always had bad luck with them. Again, manage your own risk. But I typically try to stay away from, if I do, play them always an iron condor. It's a pretty good strategy. But I don't play directional earnings. Because every time I do, I get burned. Like, everybody says it's going to go up. They've got a great earnings. They beat earnings and stock just falls off. It's all... Yeah, earnings is a market maker's game. All right, Peloton, the algo, we've got nice bullish divergence that occurred back on the 20th. There's a block trade level right at 102.05 that we're going to use as it's acting as support resistance, so it will be a target on its way back up. Looks as stuff that we found, and we're maintaining some upward trendline support, which means we're having higher lows. Looks as though there's a bull flag forming with price action. Keep an eye on this algo candle, or this algo being downturned. Market conditions can really affect that today, I believe. So we would need to break this 98.90. I'm just going to call it. All right, let me just grab a chart. All right. See what we're doing overnight. Looks like we sold off a little overnight. We've got support at 97.30 for support. If we maintain that support, we could definitely look for a move back up. We've got neutral and increasing histogram, Iridium fires, increasing. We're in a 30-minute squeeze. However, we've got a lot of negative pressure above us. So this could be a buying opportunity. Looking at, got earnings coming up. Everything's pointed down. I'm not super, I need to work on, being able to take stock short. Definitely going to add that into my strategy. But we've got this supply or this demand zone that we're currently in, running from 96.35 up to, well, that's a huge demand zone. Let me find a smaller one. Yeah. All right. So MACD's negative and decreasing RSI has turned over on the daily. We've got a lot of selling pressure. We've got negative VWAP, SAC positive EMAs. Looks like we overnight. Looks like we found some support on the 34 EMA. What's going on with this? Hold on. Came down, we found some support. We bounced, curling. We're in a buy. RSI is oversold. All right, so I would look for Peloton to maintain 97.30. If we maintain 97.30 at the open, we could potentially run into the 50 SMA or the 50% retracement, which is going to be right at 104. Peloton, yeah. All right, let me get back through my list. Just start over here with Groupon. Groupon's been on a nice massive run. We just recently started a bearish divergence. However, with this much momentum, I'll look for price to continue upwards. Groupon on the 1 minute. All right, so looks as if though the Algo is trading with price action. The Algo is currently turned downwards. I'd like to see that curl back up for continuing to move upwards. Contrarian, if the Algo starts to sell off, there's no real block trade levels that I can see, or dark ones. And I don't see any block trade levels to provide support. So I'd go look to the left to try to find previous support. Let's Groupon. All right, it's break of 52.70 for a long entry. We do have earnings coming up. Next week. This could be a nice run into earnings that we're experiencing. Let's throw some levels on here. So I will play a stock running into earnings, but I'm not going to hold through earnings. I've been burnt way too many times. I do like a break of 52.70 for a long target of, come on, seriously? For this long target of 56.80 or 56.75. So Groupon break of 52.70 for long to 56.75 or 56.50. Bet you that's how we're gonna go. So MACD is positive and increasing. RSI is positive and increasing. We're currently in a Bollinger Band squeeze. We'd like to see that release. We're in a low compression TTM squeeze on the daily. We'd like that to fire for at least 8 days, 6 to 8 days worth of momentum. We've got a $2.50 ATR. We're below VWAP. Nice positive ADX. Looks like overnight. I don't have extended hours turned on. That's why. All right, I'll have to fix that. We are in a daily squeeze with a light blue positive histogram. Once that fires, we can anticipate a larger than expected move to the long side since our EMAs are stacked positive and we're currently above the 50 and the 200. Market extension is positive and RSI and the Iridium fires. We had a mid thrust buy on the 4 hour that occurred yesterday. So we'd like that to continue onwards. We do, however, need to break this resistance. We're at 52.70. And looks like we broke that overnight. So I'd like that to come back, price to come back down and use that 52.70 as support. So I'm looking to go long on Groupon in the morning. See what we got for Lotto Friday. These are really illiquid options for this week's. Next week's doesn't have a lot of open interest. However, they do have earnings coming up next week. 56. There's just not a lot of open interest on this. Why aren't people trading options on Groupon? They have weeklies. All right. All right. So I'm going to target next week's 56.50s. You know what? Groupon options are jacked right now. They're just so liquid. There's not a lot of open interest. There's massive difference between the bid and the ask. You know, going out to May 21st, 55s are probably the closest that I could see. So Groupon, we're going to do the 5, 21, 55s. All right, Amazon Lotto price for today. Yeah, let's check out Amazon. Amazon likes to sell off on Fridays, so keep that in mind. Oh, look at that massive momentum behind it. So they smashed through earnings, right? Smash through earnings, right? Is that a $200 move? It's a $200 move. Bananas. Anyway, we came up, we sold off, throw some fibs on it. All right. So from that high to a previous low, we've got a 618 and a 50% channel here. So support resistance, support resistance. This is definitely a EMA SMA squeeze, right? Things are just getting squeezed. Something's going to have to pop with the market being as red as it is. Amazon's predisposition to selling off on Fridays. Yeah, this is going to be all right. 3532.85. So I had a split announcement. All right, Amazon Lotto Friday, 34.75. This is a day trade, so just, yeah, manage your own risk. 34.75s. Based on open interest. The 34.75, 34.70 puts I like. Obviously, I'm going to play the vertical because Amazon's really expensive to play. So playing the vertical on that, you'd buy the 3475 and sell the 3470. Contrarian, if you want to go, if you think Amazon's going to rip, $3,600. That's a nice whole number. The 3600, 3605s. Actually, the 3600, 3610s you should be able to grab for maybe $1. If you wanted to get a little closer, 3550, 3560s would be about $2. $3550s, 3564. Based on open interest, oh, it's going to run, isn't it? All right, just based on open interest, they may try to pin this at 3550. If it breaks that, it could go to 3600. So the 3600, 3610s currently are priced within about $2 range. So if you think Amazon's going to go up, I like 3600s. If you think it's going to go down, I like the 3550s. 3550, 3495. That's going to be, and let's go to 3475. All right. That's Amazon. There's a couple in here I wanted to go through, make sure that we get to. I got to jump back out to this 4-minute so that I can look at the next couple stocks. Square could be a good one. LI could be a good one. All right, I'm looking at Zoom and LI. So Zoom and LI. All right. So Zoom. The algo looks like it's curling up on the 15-minute. Just clear some of this out. All right, so we've got bullish divergence that occurred yesterday. The algo is currently curled up on the 15-minute. I would look for this block trade level at 32.41 to act as resistance, then support. We've got a block trade level at 33 or 331.20. Looks as if though we came down and we found support and we're chopping. So I'd like the algo to pull us up. Let's see, Zoom on the 1-minute. Quick, yeah, the markets are a little red. All right, Zoom on the 1-minute. Algo is trading with price action. We do have nice, strong buying sentiment here. Zoom. All right, so looks like we came down, we tapped our trendline support yesterday. We are currently positive but decreasing on the MACD. Our RSI, however, is coming up. We've just tested trendline support. We're currently above supporting VWAP. We're in a high compression daily squeeze, 2-day, 4-day, weekly, monthly. Once those fire, we can anticipate pretty significant move. We do have to contend with the 50 SMA right at 340. We do have support right at this 320 level. So we came down, we're consolidating. And we maintain that support. Come on. Yeah, we came down, tested it, maintained that support. We're currently oversold RSI. Our ready and fire looks like it's getting ready to curve back up. We are positive, neutral, histogram, MACD's curled, consolidating. We're currently below all of our moving averages. We have that 4-hour squeeze that we'd like to fire to the long side. It's a low compression squeeze. With these histograms being as red as they are, with no squeezes to help pull it out. All right, so if we can maintain support at this current level, which is 317, I would look for a move upwards towards 329. Contrarian, gotta find something below us. So contrarian, if we wanted to take Zoom, if we're looking for Zoom to sell off today, possibly. I like this 314.75 level. Hold on. Yeah, 314. All right, okay. So if Zoom follows the market and the market decides to sell off today, I would target 314 for puts. Those 315 puts are currently $1. Those are super cheap. I might even try to grab the 317.50s for a Lotto play today. So Zoom 315s. If you don't believe it'll maintain this support, it's pretty heavy right now. So I like those 315s. 315 puts. Contrarian, if you wanted to go long, or if you believe it's going to find support in reverse. I'd need to break, I wrote this down earlier, 324.85 for a run into 325. That's Zoom. All right, I've got a couple more I want to go through here real quick. So I wanted to look at LI. All right. We got a block trade level right at $20. And we've got a block trade level at 1947. Currently, price action's been buying since yesterday. The Algo is turned down. We would need this to curl back up to go long. nice thing about the flow trade backend tool is I can say, hey, I only want to see block trade levels for the past 10 days, right? Kind of keep things clean a little bit. All right, LI, I'm probably going to look at this one long. I'm liking what I'm seeing, right? We've got nice strong algo buying. It was trading with price action up until that point, and then it decided to diverge. We've got trendline support. We've got that nice little H pattern forming, or the W, the Wu-Tang pattern, where we come down like that. We maintain that next level, next move up. We got that W for Wu-Tang, targeting $20 target. LI. All right. All right. So our MACD is about to cross. We are positive and increasing on the histogram. Currently, market extension is oversold. We'd like that to curl up for the next move upwards, where you don't have any real squeezes to speak of. Looks as if though we continue to sell off overnight. We did come down and find some support right at 19. So that psychological level of 19 is a pretty significant support level. So MACD is currently positive and increasing. We've got our RSI trying to curl up and over. However, we've got negative stacked EMAs. This is a lot of red. Could this be the bottom? Trendline support says, hey, we like this support level right here at 19. Let's see what you got for me. The Algo's buying, right? 19 support. I like the 50 SMA at 1950, and then that $20 target. Let's see if they've got weeklies. Yes, okay. LIs finally came up with weeklies. So for a Lotto play today, I'm going to grab the 19s. For a longer term swing, there's massive open interest. Well, there's a lot of open interest right at the $21 level. Those seem to be pretty liquid. 4-cent difference, right? There's a 4-cent difference, 6-cent difference on the 20s. If you wanted to go with a stronger delta, you could go ahead and jump and grab the 1850s. Seem to be a little bit. So delta 70s, 1750. If you wanted to swing these out a little longer, or potentially the 19s. Okay. I'll look at Riot real quick. So I'm looking to take Riot short. Simply, we've got really negative and decreasing MACD. We're RSI is selling. We're in a 2-day squeeze, 3-day, 4-day squeeze. We do have positive beta, are currently negative below VWAP. This moves with Bitcoin. If we break this support level at 39.40, I'd like to bring this down to previous resistance at 27. That's Riot. Yeah. So currently trading with price action. No real divergence to speak of. No real block trades to speak of. Current price action. Looks as though we're increasing And like I said, I'd like this to looks like we're just kind of, let's see, popped up overnight, ran into the 200 SMA, came back down. We're being squished between the 50 and the 200. We're currently below the other EMAs. I would like to see, yeah, we would need to break this 39.40 level. $36 target. Those 36s for this week. Super cheap. Alright, so I'm actually bullish on Riot at the open for the 40s. Alright, time for a couple more, and then I didn't get a whole lot of response about doing the live open. So if that's something you're interested in, let me know. I will have to take a break and start a new live stream though, because I don't want anybody to be confused. Zoom, TPTX. All right, the Turning Point Therapeutics. I like this one. Let me just come back out here. So we came down, we bounced and we found support. We've got earnings coming up. We've got a positive and increasing MACD. We've got positive and increasing RSI. We reverted to the 21. We came back down. Now we're squished between the 8 and the 21. Looks like we've got a little bull flag forming here on the daily. Overnight, looks as if though we had the 15-minute squeeze fire with 30-minute squeeze firing after that. We're currently at 79.96. I would need to see a break at 79.35, which would be the previous high, to go long on this. We have an ATR of about $4 a day. So if we can get, well, we don't want to do that. We break that 79.35 level, we've got blue skies ahead. Fib's telling us that we want to go 80, then 82. Next week's, oh, these options so suck. All right, I'd probably play commons on those. OVV. So it looks like had a nice earnings, ran up, smacked into resistance at 26.60. We've got buy signal. We've got positive and increasing MACD, positive VZO that we just released from a Bollinger Band squeeze. We are in a low compression daily 2-day, 3-day squeeze, positive VWAP, dollar ATR. Looks like we sold off a little overnight. Try to find some support. Yeah, we're right at support at 24.58. So you could play this in a break of 26.67 for a move to 30. Those next month's 26s are pretty juicy. I like the 28s. I may load up on those. All right, that's it for me for now. If there's an interest for me to do a live stream open, I need y'all to let me know. FIS stock offering after hours yesterday did the Algo stock. Okay, let me just check that for you real quick. And that was FISV. And then I gotta hop off. Gotta go to the bathroom before they open. All right, so 1 minute. Looks as if though the Algo has been curling up. Looks like they like that offering. The Algo started buying. Alright, so they did the offering after hours. They sold off, they came in, they dropped down, they found support at 117. They're currently trying to move back upwards. We've got a slingshot effect happening on the squeeze. Yeah, I would watch for it to maintain the support at 118. If it maintains that, I would go long with the... Yeah, those are super liquid. Let it shake out at the open, and then I will post a chart later for the Algo. All right, I have to hop off. Got to get some things ready. Thanks for joining me. My name is Darkpool Algo. I will start doing live open sessions if I can get enough response. Make sure you smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. And good trading today, everyone. Thanks for joining me.